Hello and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and on Pallegney today we need to clear out field 103 here. We've still got a load of straw on it, so we'll clear that off. We also want to start looking at, well, we then need to actually get this field mulched. Once we've got it mulched, we can then look at getting it merged with field 31, making this a bigger field. I see lots of people doing this. This seems to make a lot of sense, and it sort of begins to line us up with where we want to be in the new year. I'm very much thinking that that bit of ground that I was talking about last time is going to be the best place for us to put some vines down. It won't affect how much arable land we have, and it will allow us to grow without too much trouble. We just need to raise the money, and just, yeah, it's area 124 here, and this is 78,000. So as long as we can raise the money for that over the winter, we should be good, because it's got a few trees on it that we'll have to clear off, so we can turn those into wood chips over the winter and make a little bit of extra cash off that to hopefully start funding the building of the vineyard. So there's lots for us to keep doing around here, and lots for us to clear out and get in a row before really winter sets in. And I think with winter on here, we are probably going to skip ahead through December, January and February, maybe, depending on how well prepared all of our fields are by that point. And our first bale today is ready to drop. Just about. Oh, we're not quite gonna make it. Oh, and this first round, of course, this first headland, we didn't get actual straw off the first little bit. So drop this here, unload it. I've also made a decision on this series that we're going to start a little bit earlier. We're going to start around 7 a.m. on each episode rather than 8 a.m. where I've been going, just to give us a little bit more time to get things done. I don't think it's going to give us a massive amount, but I'm finding myself coming up against it a little bit. So yeah, we're going to start that little bit earlier. Gives us just a slight bit of extra time to get things done each day, and hopefully all of our jobs should work quite well. We're also getting a little bit low on fuel in this tractor, so after this job we need to get things, we need to get it refueled. But this literally really is the last set of stuff that needs baling, actually before tomorrow, because we've got a one more cut of grass to do before winter sets in, and that will give us all of our grass for silage. So we need to make that decision about what we're going to be doing the silage with, whether to do the wrapped bales or whether we're actually just going to do a silage clamp. I forgot to reset my bale counter. Let's do that. We've got 2 bales out on the field, so we need to add 2 to whatever number we have here. So reset the bale counter, there we go, and whatever we produce off this field now, we just need to add 2 to it to make sure that we get the full number of bales that we've produced. And I think it's actually going to be a surprising number that we get off here today. These weeds are actually making it quite hard to see some of this straw. I'm having to search for it a little bit, but we seem to be getting most of it, which is good. Also, when I said surprising, I didn't think I meant surprisingly low. I thought meant surprisingly high. But we really have not got many bales off the other end of the field. And this end of the field is not filling this baler up very quickly either. We're only getting about 5-6% per row. So yeah, it's not good. And yeah, you can see here, I couldn't work out where the straw was there, so missed a row, or tried to take a row that wasn't there. Lots of really compacted straw on this field. I think we turned around on it a lot with combine, and as a result, I think it's actually hampered and reduced the amount of straw we've got off here. We are going to be lucky to get another bale, another full bale off here. We, of course, can get partial bales off, which is not a problem at all. I do just have to kind of keep them separately to make sure we don't accidentally put a partial bale into a mix and then go and then mess up the mix. But this seems to be going all right. We really have not had many bales off here at all. That is pretty crazy. I think that is 4 bales maybe total plus this partial. Let's have a look. We've got on our bale counter just 1 bale. It's not even 4 bales. Wow. I had thought we might do a little bit better off this field, but we really haven't. Let's have a quick look. Check that there's no rows I've missed. No, there's a little bit there that they'll come back and grab. But otherwise, yeah, this field looks pretty well covered. So we need to get the mulcher out on the 7810 and get this field mulched. But yeah, the yield on here can't have been very good at all on this week, because that is just so poor. Let's get this back over to the other side of the farm then, and we'll dump this where we've got our other hay bale, our incomplete hay bale off the other field. I went and grabbed that, so should be able to unload this. There we are. And I'll go and park this up. I'm still trying to work out where to park this baler. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to park this here for now, and we'll get the 7810 out and hook up to the other bit of kit, and then we can put the baler in that shed there in a little bit. It is yeah, it is good. We've done the baling by 9:15. We can't immediately go and do this job, of course, because we've got to go and collect those 3 bales off the field, but that won't take me very long. And I can just play musical tractors a little bit quickly. I'll go park this around the other side here, and then we can put the other tractor away. Start this up again, and we'll just park the baler in there. I think that's a good place to park the baler. And as I said, I need to get some fuel. I don't know if I have a fuel tank on the farm. Might have somewhere. If not, I'll have to add one. I'm going to get this over to the, well, as the driver's right hand side, my left hand side as it stands from this angle. Back it into here and drop it off. Yeah, perfect. Then we could always store bale wrap and things above here if we want. And it also gives us space to do a to maybe put a small piece of kit or something down here. Oh, maybe the mower could go there. Although the mower, yeah, I think we've got more space then for something else there. Right, let's go get these bales collected and put them in. We should be able to do this in a single stack. First things first, we will clean this up. So just get this here, stick that on its end down here next to the hay bale. So these will basically be our first 2 bales that we put in feeding the cows. Once we get our mixer, so much money we have to spend on this farm. It's a little bit mad. We are going to have to sell off some buildings and things. That will help us to do it. We're going to have some selling off of various bits of crop and things come the winter as well. And yeah, it's all just, there's so much money that needs investing. and we are not in a position to be able to invest it at the moment without borrowing cash. It's why I've said from the beginning that I think we're going to have to borrow money to get the vineyard side of things set up, because it's not just getting the vines planted. We're going to need a tractor to work the vines, and eventually we're going to need to hire a harvester to harvest them as well. So yeah, all of it is a little bit tough. There's something I don't want to do that I'm beginning to enter into the possibility, and that is selling the combine. The combine harvester, that is worth 136,000 and just sits there all year. With the header and the header trailer, that is going to be worth about 150,000 to us if we sold it, and that is a sizable amount of cash. It's not something I want to do, but it's something that definitely just strikes me as a good source of income if we really needed to get that cash without getting a loan. It would work fairly well for us. The other way to do it is to hire purchase stuff, but we need to make sure we have a regular income. The other thing, whoa, oh wow, that stayed on there. The other thing we could do is go and do some contracts, weeding contracts, baling contracts. Those are all nice and powerful, would work very well for us. So yeah, there's options. We do have some options. Right, first bale is dropped in, those two drop in as well. Perfect. Right, down we come, and then we can go and get on with the actual mulching of that field. And I'm going to mulch the border as well, which is why I'm going to do all this myself and not just get it stuck on a hired worker. And because my telehandler is so maneuverable, it actually slots down the side here really easily. Okay, so we just need to mulch this field now, and we'll be ready to get it all plowed together. Let's unfold this. We'll then come into here, get the AI assistant on. Yeah, I want to do 0 degrees. Okay, this treats this like 2 fields. I wonder how this will change once we get the new setup on here. Once we merge this into 2 fields, or merge these 2 fields into 1, I should say, because at the moment this field just acts very, very weird, and it needs a little bit of a rework. I am going to take this roadway out of the way. I think I own it. And if I do, it's going to be unnecessary for this field. And also, if we're leaving these 2 trees in for now, we're going to want to get a set up there. Yeah, we want to mulch this here as well, and that will then give us a good idea of exactly where we're going to be going for the actual field. And that's enough width through there to leave this as an island, I think. So that'll be fine. On the plus side, by the time we've merged these 2 fields, we won't have any weeds on here to deal with next year. It will just be, in fact, the only field we'll need to deal with weeds on will be our field of oats we planted next time, because obviously that wasn't plowed. These 2 fields both need plowing anyway, so we're going to get the 7810. Doing that, I think, next time. My plan here is to get both these fields mulched and to get the barrier down between them today. So we're going to plow that in, and we're going to plow the road in today. And that should then allow a hired worker to take over the plowing next time and just plow everything as 1 field. That's at least what I'm hoping. We'll see if that pans out. But that then will leave us the ability to go and cut the grass field, the full grass field, for one last time before we then are going to be ploughing that field in the new year as well. And I also want to start looking at the possibility of going out and maybe getting a couple of contracts done. If we can get a hoe on here, that can be paid for by contracts very, very quickly. And we've seen it in the past that doing contract work is a great way to raise money for the farm quite swiftly. So we might send a couple of contract setups going. In fact, can we get a couple of contracts going today? What have we got? We've got bale wrapping. We've got a large cultivating contract on 70 that we could send doing. That would bring us in 10,000. We've got a lot of harvesting contracts kicking around here as well that are not bad at all. That'd be a good way to get money out of our combine, would be to go and do that. We will see what we've got, but certainly that cultivating contract there, I'm very tempted to get that going, and probably the one on 38 as well. So I am going to borrow the items for that, and I am going to, yeah, and then we'll use that contract cultivating. That was actually more expensive for the equipment, so we will accept that contract. And then I think the third one is probably too small to get used the big bits on. And again, it's 700. I'm just going to accept that and see if we can get it done. So yeah, we'll see if we can get that done with that. So we'll get this very large case Steiger. It was cheaper to get this than it was to do anything else. But this will just boost our income by having a worker do this for us. It's a brilliant way to raise money in Farm Sim. Is while you're working your own farm, get a couple of contracts set up that can work themselves, and just get them running. Just seems to be a brilliant strategy. So yeah, we'll see if this quad track can actually handle a fairly smallish field. And actually, these first two fields are right next to each other, which is brilliant. That makes me very, very happy. So this field here, that's one of them. Actually bigger than I was expecting. I think we might be all right with these. I think we might be okay. Let's just have a look at how many rounds this wants to go round this. Not many is the answer, but that's all right. It'll be finished nice and quick. So let's set that off, and we can get back to what we were doing. And that is mulching this field at a slightly awkward angle. But yeah, if we can get that money in that way, that means we won't have to sell the combine. We can just raise money to do everything. With some contracting work around the area, paying for the contracting work to be done, and I suppose you call it subcontracting work. I'm feeling a little bit better about the money situation, having decided to do that now, and we can just have that flowing in the background while we work on getting our farm up and running and working the best it can be. It feels a better way of doing things to me. It just means I can concentrate on my own farm and not worry too much about everything, and should give us the money to do what we want to do. And we did this on Hutem Pantai actually. We were earning what, nearly 50,000 a day from doing contracting stuff in the background, and yeah, I think that's a very good, very valid way of doing things, and worked really well for us while we're here doing the work ourselves. So the last two bits to finish this field off, and then I'm gonna go and just mark my areas out where I want to cut through. Or mulch up to. Start over here at the other side of our trees. I know others have sort of cut down these trees and got rid of them. I'm going to add a little bit of character. I'm going to keep it so that we have some indication where we had a boundary here once. I think is really good. So straight across here like so. And then I want to go up to the top end of the field. And we will get this done up there. Now the GPS, the new assist hired worker and GPS and everything will handle islands in fields. So this should be fine, I think. We'll come up here and we'll line ourselves up down here and mulch across the ends there where we want to do here as well. So that just marks things out for us, and then we can come along here and hit this with our plow. In the meantime, we're just going to mulch the whole way along here. So this means that everything will be mulched on both of these fields, and we'll get the maximum amount of yield out of it as a result. If I didn't mulch these first, we'd have a couple of strips all in our fields that just had that just weren't mulched. It would stick out like a sore thumb, and yeah, we want to avoid that. I'm also going to mulch down here and mulch this roadway. So this serves two purposes. One, we can more easily see where the roadway is and where we're doing up to, and two, of course, it helps to mulch the other bits. This will be much more patchy because obviously there is not road, there's not grass everywhere here. Right, there we go. That has got this all mulched and done. So we can go and put this mulcher away, and I'm going to put it away in this shed this time. And we want to get the plow, which is also in this shed, and start marking things out. That way we'll prepare ourselves for next time and be able to just do this as one big field and get the hired worker doing it, as I said, while we get our silage cut done on the other field. Before we can get started though, our contractor has finished, so we will fold this up. Really quite pleased with that. That was fast, and handled it with no problems whatsoever. That bodes well because this is the smallest field of these three contracts. The next two should go much more smoothly. I know that's famous last words because, yeah, of course, this is a very square field, but at the same time, I can't see why, if it had no problem with that, it would have a problem with this field here, which is straight across the road, and away it goes. And I can then come over here and just line this up. So we want to make sure we have allow create fields on. Yeah, there it is. So allow create fields is that button there. Unfold our plow. No, our plow is unfolded. Right. And then very carefully go down this edge here and merge these two bits like so. Right, and then we want to go and do the same in the middle of the field as well. Let's come along here, and where we've gone and mulched here, we're going to mark across here a little bit further over than I'd like. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to get things. And I'm going to give myself a second row up here. So let's turn the plow. Let's fold it. Turn it, please. There we go. Right, and down. That then gives us 2 wide. We're going to have to get a stone picker, I think. Because at the moment, we don't have one. And I think this job here Even just on this boundary is going to pick up a load of stones, but I think the whole field is going to end up with a load of extra stones. Though at the moment it's only pulled up small stones, so we might get away with this. Right, and now that we've marked out the ends with a good amount of space, we can line ourselves up here and come across like this. I think we'll knock down the gears a little bit, and 3 passes is enough to get this clear, and that brings it to the end. Let's get the next bit done then, and that is over here. So other side of our island, try and keep this one a little bit better for where I'd marked out. There we are. Right, and turn it, go around the other way, move that bit out, and then we'll get rid of the roadway here. We're going to get a little bit of a kink in the field at this point. I might try and smooth that out, but in general, I think that is going to work pretty well. Turn it again, yeah, and this road is now redundant because these 2 fields are connected. And if I don't actually get rid of the road, it means that this bit here is a little bit more difficult for a combine or whatever we're working. So yeah, we'll get rid of this roadway as well, and that will simplify things no end. Fun part then is in this corner, so bring this up to here. We want to make sure that we get a nice square corner at the edge of this field. We're only going to go up to the edge of the roadway. So back it up to there. Down. A bit further. Yeah. Oh, I think I want a little bit further than that. Although, actually, let's turn this and head back that way. It'll all be nicely positioned. Yeah. Slightly wrong, because obviously I really want the plough to be turned the other way, but that gives that corner a nice little bit. That's good. You can go with that. Right, and then down. And are we good? We're good. Actually, that is the way around I want to do it. So that works. That works very nicely. And then we just need to do a little bit of cleanup, as I said, to smooth this bit out here. We've got quite a long section that can smooth in and follow the side a little bit better. So we'll just bring this along here. Come across here and draw it slowly in to the top corner as we do so, just to make everything that little bit smoother along this edge, and make everything work that little bit better as well. And there, that should do it. Nice smooth round corner. Oh, I'm very happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. That has worked out perfectly. So let's just check now. How does this detect this field? Like that. And look, it's got our island out as well. That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. That is completely what we wanted. So there we go. That is this field done. I have a strong feeling now, though, if we have a look at the soil composition here, this all needs lime. So that is our other job for today. We need to get this field limed now. Now that we have it sorted, let's turn off the allow create field. So limit it to the fields again. And we want to go and put this away in the shed. But yeah, that has worked perfectly. And we can now go and use that and get it all limed. Now, I don't know how much lime we have left from last time, so let's give that a check. We only have no, we've got 2,101 liters. Actually, that might be enough, because I don't think we used I don't think we used that much lime on the last field, so I think we should be all right. Let's get this up. And steering assist. Okay. Yeah, I think we've left ourselves just enough space around the end as well. I think we're, the end of this island here. I think we're going to be pretty good. We'll see how it goes, and yeah, if we need to fill up, we need to fill up. Still a little bit of a kink in that area there, but otherwise, yeah, that's fairly smooth for the most part. And yeah, this is not going to get the whole way around this field. We're already down to the last 9%. So yeah, we're going to have to go and find somewhere to fill up. I wonder if there is a lime station somewhere on here, or whether we need to go and buy the big bags to get it filled. Having had a look around, there aren't any lime sell points or lime loading points. So I've got my telehandler here, and I've got my trailer, and we're gonna just go and grab some bags. I need to set myself to have the best steering, but also, how many do I need? So lime on my farm. I don't need to lime the grass field. I do need to lime this field, and apparently I need to lime 32. I thought we'd already limed that. Or did I? No, I thought this field had been limed, so that's a little bit weird. And in fact, I've just gone round and limed all of this field here. It's only limed the areas that I've plowed. Can I not lime mulched areas? Oh, wow. That's weird. So yeah, I can only lime where I've actually cultivated or plowed. That is new, I think. That's either a mess up on here. I thought you could lime where you'd mulched. That is not great. So that is going to have to be something we do after we have got the fields plowed. Because yeah, the only place that it's actually allowed us to lime has been where we've plowed. So I want to get, I need to check first how much will our vehicle take, our spreader take. That's the Breedle, 9,000 liters. So let's go and have a look, and we'll get, I think it's going to be 2,000 liter bags of lime. Yeah, 2,000 liter bags. So we will get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we'll get 6 bags of lime. That's only going to cost us 2,700. Yeah. So we will buy that. Yes. Okay. You can finance big bags. That's actually quite cool. So you can borrow the money for 6 months for your bags of seeds and pay it off once you've harvested them. It's quite good. I quite like that. Financing, it seems to be a really nice mod. Right, and then down and in. Up. There is no way to pay off the financing straight off, though. You have to just pay the monthly amount. So that's always the bit to keep an eye on. Oh, and our contract has finished again, so we better go and move that to its final field and get these back. But it's gonna mean that liming these fields is something we have to wait to do until after we've got them plowed. So it's going to be an October job, that one. This is our final field for the contracting for today, so we'll get this set up. And I noticed something as I was heading over here with the quad track, that on the map we still own field 25. We did all that work to clear the bales off it in the first episode, and then we never sold the field. So we have 62,667 sitting there. We need 78. So we'd actually have enough money to buy this area now if we wanted to. So I think that will be something for us to look at next time as well. Just to get that cleared off and to make a bit of money from that. So all in all, I think we're fairly well set up going into the next month. We will pick up all the money for the contracts next time, and we'll see exactly how well we've done with those. That contract can just continue on with the contract itself and finish things off. There's no point in me doing any more liming today. We basically can't do anything, and yeah, it's all done and dusted and looking pretty good. We'll get this. I might get this loaded up is the only thing. We're gonna need this flatbed, but the sun's fading, to be honest, and there's not much more to do on the farm today. We are nicely set up going into November, though, as I said. Yeah, in fact, there goes the light. So I think we'll park all of this up and pick it up next time. But that is going to be it from the farm today. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.